Alright, so the mission today is doing oil change and a bit of fuel system treatment and a bit of like engine treatment using Seafoam. So I just bought this truck less than a month ago and I needed to get the oil changed. The truck told me so. Nifty little thing that synthetic oil vehicles do nowadays. So got that stuff sorted out, did the oil change, or at least I got the filter changed and drained the fluid, and I need to put the new oil in. And I'm also going to put in the Seafoam into the crankcase to sort of clean up the upper half of the engine. There's a bit of noise around the valves. And I mean, otherwise it sounds perfect and no one else has been complaining, but I thought, hey, what the heck? The thing with modern gas direct injection engines is you're not spraying your fuel into the intake manifold and then letting it go past the valves, which would be cleaning the input valves anyway. In fact, the gas goes straight into the cylinders, which means there's nothing to stop carbon from building up in the intake manifold. So the only way to deal with that is to spray clean it with something, and I'm going to use Seafoam for that as well. So there's the oil I'm going to use, and according to the book, the Bible Do 2009 F-150s, I need 5.7 liters of this stuff. Sadly, just more than what one container would do, which is why I had to buy two of them. But anyway, according to Seafoam, says on the container you're supposed to use 30 milliliters per liter of engine oil in the crankcase. So in 5.7, do the quick maths, that's 171 milliliters. That's down there. That's not a lot, but anyway, I'm going to add that to the oil and just dump it into the front. So cleaning the oil is going to deal with any carbon that may be building up and impeding the flow of oil to the top half of the engine, which is going to get rid of some valve clatter, lifter noises, that kind of stuff. Cleaning the valves, though, is definitely going to be the job of that Seafoam spray stuff, but we'll get to that. Okay, I'm expecting that warning to go away soon. Anyway, I'm also going to put this stuff into the fuel system, and how much do we need? It's 120 kilometers to empty, and it says to use 30 milliliters per liters of fuel. So how much fuel is that? If it's 120 kilometers to empty, I'm doing 16 liters per 100 kilometers. So 120, it's going to be 16 liters plus that last fraction. So 20 is a fifth. It's going to work out to about 19 liters of fuel that I have, if that measure is accurate. And at 16 liters per 100, that's going to be like, or at 30 mils per 4 liters of fuel, that's going to work out to like something like 150 mils. I'll use a calculator and figure it out. Okay, the next step in this operation is to use the Seafoam Spray for the intake manifold. Problem with gas direct injection engines is that there's no way of getting any kind of a cleaner fuel additive of any sort to clean out the intake manifold, because the gas is being injected directly into the cylinder. So the only thing going through that upper chamber is just air. There's no fuel or anything going in there unless you manually spray something in, hence the spray can. That comes with this bizarre looking adapter, and this is one end goes into the spray nozzle in the can here, and then the other end's got this goofy hook clip guide thing. And what you're meant to do is get the tip of this sprayer just about a 1/4 inch away from the throttle body. Now, one of the things you are warned strongly about is making sure you don't get any spray into the mass airflow sensor, and that's this thing here. We're way upstream here, so this is the air intake cleaner, like filter box thing. There's your MAF sensor, section of hose here, and the throttle body is right here. So I've disconnected this, and there you can see the throttle. I can push on this and show you that it tilts that way. I hope that's clear. So the bottom of it rotates away from me and the top rotates toward me. So I can't put the spray nozzle
up on the upper half here, because then the throttle body thing is, the throttle plate's going to hit it. So I've figured out how far to stick this little dude in here so that it lines up at about 1/4 inch away from the throttle plate without touching it, and then this lower half of the throttle plate actually leans away from it anyway, so there's not going to be any kind of a collision. Now I need to fit this boot thing back over the throttle body. The engine will not run if this is not connected. So once I get this reconnected, I'll make sure the truck's back up to operating temperature, and then spray the entire can into this little red hose thing. And then once the can is empty, you turn off the engine, or I can just yank this hose, this adapter thing off again, which will stall the engine, and then we let it hot soak for 15 minutes. Kind of wish I wasn't doing this at night, but there you go. I've wedged a stick against the gas pedal, so as the part that you can see here, as I push that downwards along this stick, which is wedged against the seat and floor, that increases the throttle speed until I get to a number that I like, which we're going with about 1500. They want you to have this thing running at about, I think it was 500 to 1000 RPM above idle.